This episode of the podcast is brought to you by nomnomcom, and if you love your pet, which I know you do, you're going to want to feed them the finest pet food of all time by going to nomnomcom. You can try out some of the finest food available to your beloved pet, your best friend. Everyone loves their dog. You can try out the beef mash, the chicken cuisine, the pork potluck, and turkey fare meals for your dog. And there's many, many more different recipes on there. If you love your dog, you're going to want to give them this food. It's absolutely amazing. It looks so damn good, I would eat it myself. And I'll tell you what, you can really not even tell by the love and affection that your dog gives you after they eat some of Nam's delicious food. You're going to see it as well because their fur looks so much sweeter, healthier, and just thicker and just fuller. Because I'll tell you what, the vitamins and the nutrition, all the good stuff is in this food that your dog needs to grow a healthy set of fur, live a long, healthy life, and be your best friend forever. You can also use our code VOMSHOW to save up to 50% off your first order and get free shipping for a limited time. Go to nom.com and tell them the nerd sent you. This podcast is also brought to you by our friends over at Binoid.com, makers of the finest THC product on the market. They've been longtime sponsors of the show and also been providing me the greatest THC product on the market. I absolutely love Binoid. We've been with them for quite a while now, and they've been good to us. And oh my goodness, I love their product. I started off with the capsules, then I moved on to the vape pens, then I started rolling my own with the flower, then I got the pre-rolls because I got lazy. Doesn't matter. This stuff is absolutely amazing and will make you feel good in many different ways, mentally, physically, and it will just improve the quality of your life. You have to try this stuff out. It is changing the way people are living their lives. Binoid, Binoid.com, and also our sister website because it's so big. There's so much business. We had to open up another website, Bloom's Hemp, BLOOMZ hemp.com. You can get wax dabs, pre-roll flower, capsules. You can get the cigarettes. You can get the pre-rolled blunts. You can get the vape cartridges. You can get the gummy bears, the gummy worms, the sour diesel patch. You can get the wax, the dabs, all the hoodads and all that shit. I don't even understand. There's so many different ways now to get THC in your system. It's blowing my mind. You can even get soda cans, seltzer with THC infused in it. This stuff will get you laced up. And I will also tell you a little secret here. We now have psychedelic mushrooms in 3 different flavors, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate. This stuff will send you straight to heaven if you have a couple of bites. It is phenomenal product, very safe and secure, lab tested THC, and oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We have mushrooms. I will say it again. This stuff is phenomenal. You have to check it out right now and use our code NERD to save 10% and get free shipping on any order at Binoid.com and Bloom's Hemp.
On with the show.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's another episode of the often imitated, never duplicated Voices of Misery podcast, and of course, I am one half your dynamic duo of the nerds. I'm the nerd, and you are.
Nerdette.
And I'm also losing my voice. How the hell are you doing today?
I'm fine. Your voice is fine.
It is Wednesday, and everything is groovy in this house today. I'm telling you, I'm feeling the power, man, of this Binoid today. I'm feeling great, people. So that's just going to be one of those kinds of episodes for you today. Just to let you know how things are going to be. A little disclaimer at the start of the show. I'm feeling fucking great, man. And the weather is absolutely fucking brutal, though. It's starting to sober me up a little bit. It's fucking freezing, man. I'm wearing slippers. I've been fully bundled up in this house. And no matter what we do, it's like you can't escape it. It's colder inside the house than it is outside. How the fuck is that possible?
What?
It's colder inside the house than it is outside. To me, it is. It feels like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. My fucking hands have been like ice blocks. I'm trying to work is impossible because I got to hit keys on the keyboard, and it's like ridiculous. My hands are like stiff. It's crazy, man.
Shut up.
It sucks.
Where's fucking gloves, man? It's not 71 in
here. You shouldn't be wearing gloves. What's the purpose of a house if I have to wear gloves?
You need some body insulation, man.
I need something going on here. What else going on with you?
Not much. I haven't really done much. I finished Schitt's Creek again.
Again?
Well, it's only the second time. I didn't watch it 10 times or anything.
Yeah.
But that's a quick watch. I blew through that.
I'm almost done too. Good. I'm on this final season. I just started it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did I watch? I watched Gwyneth versus Terry, the ski crash trial. That was on Max. That was interesting.
What was
Gwyneth
it?
Paltrow, she was getting sued by some random guy. They collided on the ski slope.
Oh, yeah,
and he
that's
got
right.
injured.
That guy was a piece of shit. He was a liar, too.
Yeah, that was it. So that was
she prayed for him at the end. She's like, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
He was his description was like, oh my God. And then, like, she lightly tapped my shoulder, and then I fell into this cartwheel position, and I broke he was making up shit, wasn't he?
Yeah, like what he was saying couldn't possibly
It
happen.
made no sense, yeah.
Yeah, so like it was only an hour long, and the first half hour was his side of the story, and the second half hour was hers. So that was good. And then I watched Bye Bye Barry on Prime.
I was excited you were watching that.
About Barry Sanders, and that was really good.
Barry fucking Sanders,
I
greatest
can't remember
running
how long
back
that was, but that was really good.
all time, man. For people that don't know who Barry Sanders is, man, type his name in YouTube.
They're too young, apparently.
Watch that motherfucker run. Your favorite running back right now is nowhere near as good as this man was. He was so fucking good.
Yeah.
I remember playing with him in Tecmo Bowl, and he was probably the second best player. No, probably third. No, fourth. Shit, man. They had some. You had Bo Jackson, Jerry Rice, maybe Ronnie Lott, and I think Barry Sanders was up there too. But anyway, unstoppable in those games. I fucking love the guy. But God.
But that was really good. And then Love has won the Cult of Mother God. I watched that on Max. That was 3 episodes. They were each an hour. And these cults, man, are all nuts. This woman was just bonkers. Saying that she was Jesus and Cleopatra and like all these freaking people.
Dude.
And then Robin Williams, when he died, he speaks to her. Fucking bizarre.
You know
and
what,
she
man?
had a whole following. They had a whole following. And I just don't understand it.
You just described someone I had on the fucking show last year.
Like,
seriously.
Just weird. And the look of her body when it starts off, like, this is not a spoiler. Literally the first 2 seconds, you know she's dead. And her body, the way it looks like at the end, is just, ugh.
Was this real?
Yes.
Huh.
Like real footage.
Oh shit! So they're showing the dead person?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Bizarre.
What were they doing? What kind of cult were they? Were they like a satanic group?
No, she was Mother God, like Mother of all creation, and she had a Father God and Father of the multiverse, and like it was fucking bizarre.
Oh my fucking Lord!
And they all still fucking believed every fucking word that she
said. They do, man. Dude, they believe this shit.
She was waiting for like a spaceship to come and get her.
Dude, I'm telling you, I had this person on this show last fucking year. The same person. So there's 2 mother gods apparently.
It was really interesting.
Yeah, there are a bunch of blonde-haired, feminine men, and they fly around in spaceships. They're called the Lyrans or the Lyrans.
She called them the Galactics.
Whatever the fuck, man. Listen.
Yeah, I don't know. It was.
I'm very open-minded when it comes to this weird shit. I fucking love hearing about it, but I don't believe it. I just don't. But you know what? Maybe they're right. Who fucking knows, man?
I also watched. I watched a lot this time, man.
Please keep going. I watched one thing.
I also watched Unboxing Shein. I always call it Shein.
Shane?
That's the website that Sammy orders off of all the time.
Oh, okay.
But I believe it's called Shein.
Oh, there's a documentary about that website?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
So, and that was only like 45 minutes long on Hulu.
So, what the hell is it? Just people talking about how it was created or some shit?
Apparently there's a lot of lawsuits because they're saying that they steal designs off of real designers and sell them for like cheap.
So?
Like Sammy,
Walmart does it too.
You give her a freaking gift card, that kid will go and buy like a whole box full of shit.
Yeah.
And bring it home.
What is it? Is it all bootleg shit? Is that what it is? Like a Chinese bootleg?
It is. The stuff is made over there.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. She uses gift cards on there.
She's fucking 15 years old.
It works.
Cares? You buy bullshit.
And
That's
she
what
gets
you
it
do.
quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was basically about that, and then like the the labor in the factories and stuff. They were bitching about that. I don't care.
Well, you know what, man? Listen, who cares about these? Listen, if these people want to do better, they need to do better.
She gets a $50 gift card. She ain't going to spend $25 on a sweater. She's going to spend $3 on a sweater.
Listen, man, if someone is willing to work for 50 cents a day, then let them do it. It ain't my fucking fault.
It's adults doing it. They didn't say anything about kids doing it.
I'm not going to sit there and pick it inside. Listen, they have my condolences for such a shitty life. Mm-hmm. But that's the life you live. You got to make the best of that motherfucker and do better and get out. That's all I can tell you.
Because it's China stealing our information and shit like that.
Yeah, they're doing that freely. But they don't have to steal it. They just got to ask Joe Biden for it.
I mean, they can get it anyway.
Yeah.
And then I am now in the middle of episode 6 of Dr. Death season 1, and oh god, this guy is a fucking lunatic, man.
Yeah, sounds like Dexter.
He goes in and he does like these spinal surgeries, and like every patient ends up fucked up in some way. And he had some death in there, like, and he just keeps going and from hospital to hospital and doing these surgeries, and they're trying to like send him to prison so he can stop. Mm-hmm. Fucking, I don't know. This dude is crazy.
This is a TV show, right?
Not it's got Joshua Jackson and Alec Baldwin and Christian Slater, I think.
He was looking rough in that one.
Well, if you look at the actual guy that it is, like you could see that he put on some weight for...
To play this role, huh?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I don't know, this guy is completely fucked up. And I started it because it popped up on Peacock for me. And I saw that season 2 is coming out tomorrow, which is about a different doctor, which I think Netflix just came out with a documentary on that doctor who does throat surgeries. And all his patients die.
Oh, shit.
So, this show is really, really good.
You're watching things I never thought you'd watch, like sports documentaries and stuff like that?
Yeah, but I've been watching those for a long time.
Yeah, you have.
I was on Prime.
The Kobe Bryant one, I think, started your descent.
Was it? I don't know, but I ended Schitt's Creek, and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? So I always go from app to app to app, and that one was on Prime, and I'm looking. And Prime is very confusing for me. Like, you'll see something you like, and then all of a sudden it's like rent or buy. And I'm like, oh, try this subscription out. I already have that one.
That's why I fucking hate Prime. That's why I hate Prime and that. And I used to hate Hulu until we got the other apps to build off of it.
Yeah. Like,
before Hulu was the same. Remember before, it's like, oh, I want to watch this show on Hulu. You click on it, it's like, oh, you have to have this app.
Yeah.
So now we got them all, and it works. But I mean, fuck that shit, dude.
But
Prime sucks.
Like, I don't know. Prime is just like, just have everything in one category so I know what I am able to watch. I don't want to have to go searching for shit. Prime. But that Bye Bye Barry was there, and so I watched that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But yeah, I watched a lot of shit, and Dr. Death is only 8 episodes a season, so I'll be done with. I'll blow through that, and then the new season's tomorrow.
Shit.
And Ranger Games, I watched that Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Another person went home that I like, so I'm down to 2 people in the end.
It always comes down to 2 people.
God damn it! There's 4 people.
Yeah.
2 of them I fucking am sick of. One of them didn't deserve to fucking win.
Mm-mm.
You loser asshole. It should have been...
Loser asshole.
I can't remember what season it was. It was 2 seasons ago, I think. The fucking cookout season that I was so pissed off at. This motherfucker...
Why do they call it the cookout season?
Because they cook out, apparently.
Like, is that the black season?
Yes.
So they call it the cookout? Oh my goodness.
But...
the barber shop is the confessional room.
He did absolutely nothing all season.
Yeah.
The girl did like all the fucking strategizing, all the fucking work, and they got rid of her. So I don't like this guy. I hope he fucking loses. Yeah. And then the other one, I'm sick of seeing this bitch. Go the fuck away. I'm sick of hearing your voice. Mm-hmm. So I'm down to 2 people, and one of them happens to be Frankie Grande, which I didn't think I would say.
Well, I'm sure his sister probably pulled a string. Like, what brother's gonna make it?
Oh god. Well, he hasn't won. I'm like, you know what? You're not annoying me. It's only 6 episodes long and you haven't pissed me off yet. Man. Good for you, man. Go get you a win, finally.
So what happens in a world where everyone is like him? Where, like, the ultra-feminine world where everyone's trying to be a star and stand out? Or are they going to revert back to normalcy because they have to go against the grain? Do you think that's going to happen?
Probably.
They're just going to start being normal.
Because they're going to
be like... Yeah, like, they're going to wear suits to work and shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be walking around with fucking piercings and face tattoos and different colored hair. And it's supposed to be like, man, everyone's different. So now we all got to be, you know... Because when everyone's different, they're all the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking idiots. Frankie Grande, little weird
I don't
bastard.
know. I watched like 6 things, man. I like.
Good, you
I
carry
did
the
a lot.
load. You carry the load because I watched Schitt's Creek and I'm on the final season. And man, Stevie had this scene where she was like performing. And that scene really stood out to me because I was like, holy shit, she fucking rocked it, man. She was like performing and dancing and shit on stage and everyone was like crying. It was like this beautiful moment. I'm like, I did not see her doing that. That does not fit her character.
Yeah.
She had this raspy voice the whole time, really dry wit and humor, and to have that come out of her, I was like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. That was really her doing it, too. I had no idea she had that talent, but good for her, man. Really good David getting married. Sweet. I rag on them, but they are a cute gay couple.
I love them.
They're really nice together.
They're perfect together.
They are, and, David is overly fucking gay, and the other guy's like a normal gay. Like me and the other guy would get along great. Mm-hmm. Me and David wouldn't get along good at all because he's too fucking extra with that shit. I'm like, dude, can you tone the gay the fuck down? But the other guy's a gay dude, but he's like a dude, so I could be friends with him. David's just too fucking. He's a fucking diva, man. But they proposed. I knew it was coming. They were hiking, and like these fucking either they're gonna Brokeback Mountain. Or they're gonna fucking get engaged, and sure enough, they got engaged in Brokeback Mountain after that. But this show's really good. I'll be done with it probably tonight if I put it on. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen for the rest of the night. I'm definitely gonna play the video game, and I have no fucking clue. I sit here and I say I'm gonna do one thing, I end up just getting high and fucking just forgetting what I did anyway.
That's true too. I was playing a lot of DC Universe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess normally I just watch the screensaver out in the living room.
Every time I come out there and you're staring at the screensaver, watching 1,000 fish just go back and forth on a loop.
I don't know what it was yesterday. I was just plowing through all sorts of freaking shows to watch. I don't know.
Like, so this bitch is just sitting out there in absolute silence, just staring at the fucking screensaver. Just weird. Fucking absolutely weird.
I don't know.
But no, that's all I watch, and there's a lot of stuff to get into, so I'm excited to jump into this episode. An action-packed one here, and this is going to be our last normal show until next Wednesday with topics, so we got to fit in as much as we can today, because Friday we're going to be doing our live asshole show, and then Monday I put out one of my rare tweets. My tweets are fucking rare nowadays, man. I'll do like one a week. This one was basically saying, hey, if you got questions, send them in, or comments, well, whatever, we'll read it on the Monday show. That'll be our holiday episode. And then Wednesday, back to normal, we'll be talking shit, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crazy shootings in Chicago because you can't have Christmas without a murder in fucking Chicago. So I'm sure some crazy stuff, some weather, some crazy things are going to happen that we'll be able to talk about then and catch up. But I want to start off here with a really fucking interesting story. And I know how much you love Blueface, the rapper.
Does he have a blue face? I don't know who the hell that is.
He's got so many tattoos on his face that he kind of looks blue. It's just a weird looking shade to his skin and face. He threw a female fan off the stage and ordered a beatdown from his fans.
Oh, I did see that. I did. Okay.
So a concert for Blueface and Jaden Alexis almost turned into an MMA match, tossing a female fan off the stage after accusing her of throwing something at the performers. The soon-to-be husband and wife were performing in Utah over the weekend when a piece of ice allegedly whizzed past Jaden. Blueface singled out the female fan he thought was responsible for the ice, pulling her up on the stage. Then Blueface tossed the woman off the stage and toward Jaden, encouraging his fiancée to beat the woman's ass. From there, all hell broke loose, and Jaden threw several punches on Blueface's orders. Luckily, it didn't appear any connected, so the bitch just throwing punches couldn't fight. The woman managed to escape thanks to security, but fans are calling for Jaden to jump ship from her relationship with Blueface. Don't forget, Blueface is also trying to set up a fight of his own with Soulja Boy.
Why should she jump ship?
Leave him over that because he ordered her to fight some random person?
He told her to fight, but she was willing to do it. She went down in there and started throwing punches. So she's just as bad as he is. Mm-hmm. Why be on her side and tell her to leave his ass? She's obviously just as bad.
I'm trying to think of a music artist that I would go see. Someone that I admire. Let's say like Faith Hill has a concert in Myrtle Beach, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to a Faith Hill concert. I'm not going there with the intention of trying to fight Faith Hill. I want to listen to her music. What is up with rap music and their fucking fans, dude? I mean, you paid your ticket to see this guy and his fiancée perform, and you immediately try to start, and you're fighting with the performer. Isn't that weird? Like you're paying money to see someone perform that hates you.
I could have sworn I heard that she didn't throw the ice. They thought it was her.
They thought it was her.
And it wasn't
She was
her.
probably standing in front of the person after the ice.
So this poor woman was just
Yeah.
attacked for like no
She was thrown on.
reason.
He brought her up stage to throw her at the woman, and then the woman threw punches that didn't even land. So what was actually happening there? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So it's like, you go to a concert, and that's a story to tell. Hey, I got thrown on stage, and punches were thrown at me by the performers. This just goes to show you the class of people that go to these fucking concerts, and the people that are performing have no class at all. Just complete fucking garbage. Mm-hmm. There was shit like this to go down. And it doesn't happen at regular concerts. It happens at these rap concerts and events. It doesn't happen at normal events. It doesn't happen. It doesn't. They encourage this shit.
Well, something's been going on in the last year though, where fans I can't remember who the hell was the one you liked her ass that was hit in the face with
BB Rexa.
Yeah, it's just
Poor BB.
Stop throwing shit up on stage. What is the fucking point? This was just an ice cube, at least. But stop throwing things.
But you don't have fans getting pulled up on stage and
tossed up.
People are gonna throw. People have been throwing shit. Fans have been throwing shit at performers since the fucking early days of the football. They would throw ice balls back in the Packer days with Vince Lombardi. The fans always threw shit on the field. They would throw batteries at wrestlers back in the day and shit.
That's fucked up.
No, that's what they do. It's just what fans do. I mean, they're always going to throw shit at performances, but to have the fan get pulled up on stage and assaulted by the performer, it's just
I don't understand
insane.
why he wasn't in trouble.
Maybe he will be. I don't know. I mean, maybe this woman will sue. And none of the punches connected, apparently. So if this bitch could actually fight, maybe she would have a lawsuit in her hands. It's I'm going to go to the show and fight the performers. Yeah, you fucking called me an asshole. I just don't understand. What's the point of going to these fucking things? I don't get it. So here's another one for you. House illegally transferred while owner was in hospice, according to police. This is a fucking lowlife of the fucking year story right here. A late candidate, I'm sure, with only 11 days left of 2023, but this guy might take the cake. So a man is accused of illegally transferring a woman's Memphis home into his name while she was bedridden in hospice care. Laverne Evans told police he purchased the house on Carpenter Street in Binghamton from its owner on May 17th. Records show he filed a quitclaim deed on that date. Police say they responded to a complaint call at the house May 20th as Evans was cleaning it out. He told officers he had permission from the former owner but couldn't provide police with proof of the transaction. But the owner's son, whose power of attorney, says his mother was in hospice care in another state, suffering from dementia and stage 4 fucking cancer, dude. And he hadn't transferred the property. He pressed charges on behalf of his mother. Evans, 47, was arrested Sunday and charged with theft of property, $10,000 to $60,000, forgery, $10,000 to $60,000, and unlawful transfer. Shermaro Darnell, who notarized the transfer, is charged with official misconduct in connection with the case. Both were released without bond. That is fucked up, man. A person in hospice, you fucking steal their fucking home.
Well, they're not home.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but if you're going into a house and you're squatting, you find house papers and shit. Our yeah.
That's
where
up, man.
normal people have all their important information.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is get into that house when no one's home, and all this shit's right there. And I'm sure if you know how to do it, it can be done. That's fucked up.
It's one of the more fucked up things I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think a person's dying, and the first fucking thing would just steal her shit, Yeah, pretty fucked up. All right, I got another one here for you, I guess, because you're just sitting there waiting on me to deliver the good news about Jonathan Majors. I know it's been on your mind all week long.
You said you had a lot, so I wasn't sure how many we're going to do.
I know the Jonathan Majors story. I know you just couldn't wait for it. So, did you see any of these fucking movies that he was in on Marvel? Any of them?
I don't. Which ones were you? You don't probably know, right?
No fucking clue. I stopped watching the Marvel movies.
I don't
know. I fucking stopped watching it.
Maybe. I'm sure I did. And I just can't
One
remember.
of these new ones that no one fucking knows who the people are in them. They're just like, oh, we got fucking the guy who was on this comic book fucking 30 years ago. He's back. You're like, who cares? Anyway, Jonathan Majors, this story's been all over the place. Since the last show we talked about this guy, there was a video release of him running for his life from this woman. He gets out of a car and sprints away, and she chases him with something in her hand. So it's just like people were all over the place with this story. Verdict was finally placed on this man. He was found guilty of assault and harassment on Monday, following the conclusion of his high-profile trial in New York. Marvel let him go immediately, and they didn't provide any additional details. Marvel Studios. He was acquitted of a separate assault charge and of aggravated harassment. He's maintained his innocence throughout, with attorney Priya Chaudhry arguing that the accuser, his former girlfriend Grace Jabari, had fabricated the whole ordeal. I mean, these text messages...
Yeah, it was the text messages that probably did him in.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. You're guilty, man. I mean, the text messages incriminated him.
Yeah.
If it was his word versus hers, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. You have to. I mean, you can't trust it, especially when you're a famous person. You know, you got to figure you're going to be women throwing themselves at you. There was this one. Who was it? It was a baseball player, I think it was. He caught the woman saying shit like, "Oh, you better get that bag," talking about getting pregnant by this man, and like poking holes in condoms. She was talking to some girl. He had a recording and used it against her in court to fucking win. Well, you got to be that way with these fucking people, man. You got to be.
You got to protect yourself.
You got to, man. Especially if you got money, you got to be fucking careful with these stupid bitches out there. So anyway, he might get a year in prison, but they're probably going to give him probation for a year. But Marvel dropped him, which is the big news. So now they're scrambling, trying to find out who the hell's going to play this character, Kang the Conqueror. Oh, he was an Ant-Man, which I don't think I don't.
Oh, okay. I watched Ant-Man, so
yeah.
No idea who the fuck that character is, though.
They had big plans for him. Apparently, he did a couple other things. He was on Loki season 2, and
I didn't watch that.
He was on Rocky Creed movies.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. All right.
So this man's career is not over, though. I mean, if Jussie Smollett can produce shit, this guy's going to be able to do something. I mean,
yeah, this idiot was in the news. Did you see that?
Jussie Smollett, what the hell did he do?
I'm getting it wrong. He was reading Matthew Perry's book somewhere.
I have no idea. What the hell is he reading Matthew Perry's book for?
I don't fucking know. Unless I'm getting that confused. There's been so much shit coming out about all these fucking people that I don't know.
There was someone who talked about George Clooney had a fucking something weird to say about Matt Perry.
Did he?
Yeah, out of fucking nowhere. Who the fuck George Clooney was talking about Matt Perry, how he wasn't happy on Friends. Motherfucker was getting $1 million an episode. Who the fuck wouldn't be happy on that shit? I would be the most miserable, happy person on the fucking planet, man.
He came out, Matthew Perry came out and said how stressed out he was every time they were taping.
Yeah.
Because he needed his jokes to land. And if he didn't get a response from the audience, like, it would tear him up. And he
seemed like he'd be a nervous fucking wreck.
Up or whatever. Yeah, like,
he
did come out and admit that on one of the fucking...
There's another actor who seems like he'd be like... John Cusack always struck me as a person who would be like on edge all the time. I don't know why he gives me that fucking vibe. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of who that is. Dark hair,
movie
right?
1408. He was in 1408 with Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
You like that movie.
Yeah.
That's why I threw that one at you.
Yeah.
I mean, most people would say Better Off Dead, which was a fucking classic movie.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
We're talking burger meat. We're talking fucking awesome ski movie from the 80s. But yeah, there you go.
All right, well, a Texas man is facing criminal charges after police say he killed a pedestrian with his car and then drove around with the body in his passenger seat. Police in the town of...
I'm trying to process that. What the fuck?
He wanted to use the carpool lane.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Police in the town of White Settlement, located just west of Fort Worth, received a report late Saturday night of a car with severe damage stopped in a fast food restaurant's parking lot, and the driver slumped over the steering wheel. When officers arrived, they discovered a body with no signs of life in the Kia Forte's front passenger seat, the department wrote on Facebook. The driver, identified by police as 31-year-old Nestor Flores, told officers he thought he had hit an animal while driving earlier in Dallas. So he was so fucked up.
Yeah.
He thought he hit an animal, not realizing there's a dead guy sitting right next to him in the car.
Fucking idiot.
Crashed through the windshield. I thought it was an animal. So detectives believe the impact of the collision drove the pedestrian's body through the windshield and into the car's passenger seat. They also think the damaged car and the body had been sitting in the parking lot for hours before anyone called to report it. Flores was arrested and booked into the White Settlement jail. He faces a possible charge of intoxication manslaughter, a second-degree felony. The White Settlement Police Department said Flores had previously been charged with driving while intoxicated in other Texas counties, with one resulting in a conviction. Pending charges may be transferred over to the Dallas County Sheriff's Office after the discovery of the possible death crash site. According to White Settlement Police, investigators in Dallas believe the victim was struck on I-30 in Dallas based on the discovery of human remains found on the highway that possibly matched the victim.
Oh, man.
So there are remains left on the road, and the rest of it is in his car.
So what's in there? His torso and his dick? What the hell?
I don't know, man. So
I saw a video.
This poor guy's body is just all over the place.
Dude, I saw a video a couple months back of this fucking guy who was walking on the highway. Just walking on the highway, and for some reason there was a camera on this fucking one spot on the highway. Fucking car comes out of nowhere. It hits this guy. His body explodes on impact. Just shit all over the place.
Oh.
The video fast forward in a time lapse, and a cleaning crew came up with fucking bags, just picking up parts and throwing them in garbage bags.
That's gross.
Can you imagine that, starting your day one way and then the next second you're just boom, you're fucking...
At least it was quick.
Yeah, was it? Your fucking head is still on the ground. Like, where the fuck is the rest of it? My brain's telling my fingers to move, but they're not moving.
So, the distance between the possible crash site and the restaurant where Flores was found is roughly 38 miles. Officials in Tarrant and Dallas counties are currently investigating the incident. The identity of the deceased had not been publicly released. So...
That freaks me out so much. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Something about the body parts in the head just sitting there, still having thoughts.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
About 3 days ago, right? I started noticing, like, a smell whenever I go into our pantry.
Oh, thank God. Please.
And now, since I've had COVID, and I think we brought it up a couple times, I have a hard time smelling things now. You'll come out and you're like, do you smell that? Like, what's that smell? And I'm like, I can't smell anything.
You can't smell shit.
But, like, the last 3 days, like, there's an overpowering scent coming from the food pantry. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? And at the time, we didn't even have anything in there. We were going shopping yesterday. We went shopping. So I'm like, I can't figure it out. And you weren't saying anything, so I'm like, it's gotta be just me. And I keep smelling like old lady's perfume.
The weirdest fucking thing.
And it's old lady perfume.
Yep.
If you smell this, you know...
it smells like your fucking second grade teacher. That's the smell.
So I'm like, I don't understand the smell. And then yesterday we happened to both be at the pantry at the same time. And I'm like, do you smell that?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yeah, what is that? I'm like, it smells like an old lady.
It only smells in that closet. And it's a small little snack cabinet. We keep shit in there.
Very narrow.
Dude, I don't know how the fuck that scent could be. The
there
first thought I had was, dude,
freaking chips and goldfish.
It's the old lady that sold us this house. She sold it for a reason. This house sells so fast. So quick. We were wondering, like, wow, someone only lived here for like 2 years. Another person, 6 months and they're selling the house already? What a deal.
Well, the original people that built this house died.
Fucking sharing the house with the fucking Ghostbusters and shit.
I don't know, but I'm just like, and I smelled it again today. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking at the pantry, there's nothing in here. And we just been shopping, and it's all fresh, it's all new, but it's only chips and goldfish. Like, none of that is weird. Going to give that scent.
No.
So, where's it coming?
Trying to figure it out, I was like, is it the detergent? Is it something? And there's no vents, there's no way smell can get in that room unless you're in that bitch.
It's and it doesn't smell in the kitchen?
It's the scent of the thing that died in this house. Or something that died years ago. This house was buried on top of her. There's something fucking here.
It's only in that closet, and it just started to smell like that, dude, so I don't get it.
And I'll tell you this, too, man. So there was a thing we talked about a while back on the show where in our main bathroom, in the bathroom mirror, there was a very small handprint in the top left-hand corner where the kids can never reach it. Even to this day, they couldn't reach it if they tried.
Yeah.
A small handprint, like a child's handprint in the fucking mirror. I called you in the bathroom that day. I'm like, put your hand up to there. Your hand was too big. My hand was way too big.
Yeah.
The kids could never reach it. I'm like, how the fuck did that handprint get there? How the fuck are... Dude, if doors start slamming in this house, I ain't leaving. I'm not leaving, man. I paid too much money for this motherfucker. But I'm going to tell him, like, listen, you better chill the fuck out. Because if you kill me, we're just going to be fighting for eternity. And you don't want that. So, there you go. We got ghost problems here. And you know what? Dunkin' Donuts serves you coffee.
Yeah.
Bagels, donuts, food. They pizza now.
No, gross.
Tacos,
pizza?
They're serving everything, and they're also serving beatdowns, especially at this one, where employees are being arrested after allegedly threatening a customer. Happened in El Paso, Texas, where a few immigrants were arrested. They were Dunkin' Donuts employees. They threatened a customer at the drive-thru on Saturday, December 9th in northeast El Paso. Police also recovered 3 guns during the arrest. So each one of them were strapped at the Dunkin' Donuts they worked at. About 8:35 p.m. on Saturday, December 9th, police received a disturbance call concerning a subject with a weapon. When officers arrived at the Dunkin' Donuts at 9114 Dyer, they learned that a 41-year-old man had gone through the drive-thru with his girlfriend. Police said the girlfriend tried to order donuts. The woman told police that the employee was rude, and when she asked to speak to the manager, the employee on the other end of the intercom said he was the manager, using explicit language.
Oh, God.
I am the manager, Betsy. He pulled that line from Half-Baked. Police said the woman drove toward the drive-thru window, and one employee walked out of the back of the store, followed by two other employees. During this altercation, the three employees brandished handguns. Police also said one of the three employees chambered around, pointed the gun at the male customer, and said, "You all gonna die." Police have arrested 17-year-old Jesus Dominguez, 21-year-old Luis Arturo Dominguez, and 19-year-old Elijah Richard Garcia. All were charged with aggravated assault and given a $100,000 bond. I'll tell you what,
Freaking
man.
idiots, man. They're all young.
That Dunkin' Donuts was never getting robbed. Can you imagine trying to rob that bitch and all three of them, and the whole staff is fucking strapped? Holy shit.
Oh, God.
So what do you think about this? All these people wanted were fucking donuts, man. And this is the level of customer service they're giving at Dunkin' Donuts. Beatdowns and threats. Like, all they wanted was a fucking
their
box of
donuts are
minis.
amazing.
All they wanted was a box of minis. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Some blueberry cake. I would pull a gun out on somebody for a blueberry cake donut, though.
Yeah, I'd fight a bitch for
A
one
blueberry
of those cinnamon,
fucking cake. Oh.
cinnamon
Just
donuts.
You know what? I want whoever the hell's going to greet me. No one's going to be there to greet me at the pearly gates when I die. I'm going to have to find my own way there because no one loves me enough to fucking be there to hold my hand and bring me. So I'm going to be trying to find my way there. There better be a fucking plate of blueberry cake donuts, a big-ass pizza, a meatball parm sub. There better be soda, all sorts of shit waiting for me. But the donuts, number one from Dunkin' Donuts. I fucking love them.
Yeah.
What do you think about this story, though? I mean, all they wanted was donuts. What could have happened that could have insulted these three young men so bad that they had to brandish weapons?
People have tempers now, man. They don't give a fuck.
How
You
did
gotta
they
be very
hire-
careful saying anything to anybody anymore.
How they pass the background check? Fucking hey, man.
Do you really think Dunkin' Donuts really checked anything?
It's Dunkin' Donuts. They're all privately owned.
All these fast food places.
They probably threaten the owner.
They all hire whoever they can get.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep an employee for anything.
Yeah, you can't keep for anything, especially a shitty
so
job like
hire
that.
anybody off the street. Like,
Yeah.
if you're fast food, they're desperate.
You know what? Customer service jobs should be automated, to be honest with you. Anything customer facing should be automated because people are fucking assholes and robots just don't have emotion. They don't care. People aren't going to argue with a robot, you know?
Which we did see a thing.
Yep.
Cleaning the Walmart floors by itself.
So weird.
There's a seat and everything, and it was just going up and down the aisles by itself, and I'm like, what the fuck is
What
happening?
the fuck is going on here, man? Like, there's the future.
I thought that was so bizarre.
You want to know something bizarre? Several lesbians and one transgender woman were in a group of friends that were viciously assaulted in Wynwood, Florida, following an event held on November 26th. Video obtained by police shows two men verbally accosting the woman before they began throwing punches. And these men were they're probably hot girls. They're probably trying to throw their fucking shot at them, and the girls were like, no, we're together. And you fucking dykes.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably what it was, drunks. One woman in the video was punched 3 times before being knocked unconscious. Others pled with the men to stop while warning that they had contacted law enforcement.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm. Another man intervened at one point to stand up for the woman and was then targeted by the attackers and beaten as well. So you get trying to be a hero. Got his ass beat, but at least he tried. I mean,
Yeah.
at least he tried. You got to give him credit. This group of guys basically started screaming stuff for this. Anti-lesbian comments like, you're only lesbians because you haven't received actual dick. And he used a profanity word out of nowhere, one of the women told local television station WTVJ. One victim described being struck in the jaw, which left her with a hairline fracture that requires surgery now, as well as a recurring nightmare about seeing her friend on the floor non-responsive with blood coming from her head.
God.
Many of them said they were targeted for their sexuality. This woman said she felt targeted. She said that one of the men that attacked him was a professional fighter, as he bragged about it before she turned him down for a drink. That's fucked up, man. So this is obviously a hate crime, and I wanted to bring this one up because, I mean, if someone lives a lifestyle that you don't agree with, just let them go. Why do you care? They're just embarrassed because they tried to get a girl. They thought they were going to get it. They got turned down. They felt
get
stupid.
Get over yourself, man.
Yeah.
Go on to the next chick.
They attacked them. I mean, is that the guy you... Just imagine if they would have gotten their way. What kind of sex would they have gotten into if they would have gone home with a guy that beats them if they say no? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of shit are you in for? This guy's got giant red flags all over the place.
Yeah.
What kind of shit are you going to be into? You go home...
Definitely got a fucking temper.
I don't see it, man. It's just really fucked up, those poor lesbians. Poor lesbians, man. Fucked up.
An Alabama man has more of a Florida man story to tell after explaining to deputies he was high on mushrooms when they found him in a truck on a panhandle road with a parrot on his shoulder.
Oh, nice.
That's gotta be a strange sight.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there in a car with a fucking parrot.
I had that one too. That's awesome. That's awesome.
According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, on Friday, deputies received a call about a man pounding on the front door of a home in a vehicle sitting stationary nearby. Deputies say the homeowners asked the man to leave, but he would not comply. As deputies were headed to the scene, a car matching the description of the one reported was found in the area. Deputies say the driver, later identified as Timothy Brandon Bowers, who's 38, was sitting inside the vehicle with a blank look on his face and a parrot on his shoulder. It's just so weird. According to WCSO, as the deputy began speaking to Bowers, he saw several weapons near Bowers and asked him to exit the vehicle. The deputy says Bowers was non-compliant and combative. Deputies say they deployed a department-issued taser, and he was detained a short time afterward. Bowers told deputies there was nothing wrong with him. He was just high on mushrooms. While searching Bowers' vehicle, deputies say they found several illegal items. According to WCSO, the parrot, who did not appear to be injured, I just lost my spot, was secured in a pet carrier and taken to Washington County Animal Control. Bowers was taken to an area hospital for evaluation and then to jail. He has been charged with 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespassing.
Are parrots just naturally that chill that they'll just hang out? This dude is obviously high on drugs. And this parrot's like, I'd rather be on his shoulder than up somewhere in a tree. I'd rather hang out with him.
Just sitting on his shoulder is so weird. It's so odd.
I need to find that drug to feel that good. I can only imagine how cool that would be. A parrot, he was living the dream. A fucking parrot on his shoulder. High as hell off his shrooms. I mean, you know how cool that parrot must have looked with the shrooms in his system, all colorful and shit?
Yeah, it's definitely a loyal parrot that just stayed with him.
Dude, I don't know.
I don't care.
There was this one video I watched a while back where the guy was throwing his bird. And it would land from a moving vehicle. He was in the passenger seat. He threw the fucking thing. It went out and got something and brought it back to him in the fucking car. I don't know how the hell they did it. They must have practiced this shit. But it was just like a regular old bird. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. I would love to have a bird. We used to have them growing up, but it's cruel, man. You got these beautiful things. Yeah, my mom I don't know what it was.
I never had one, but I would think that they would be loud.
I hated that shit, man. They were fucking loud. You always have to put a blanket over the thing to shut them up. And it's fucked up. Can you imagine the life of a bird? Like, hey, I'm meant to fly in the sky and do whatever the fuck I want. I'm in this person's cage with a fucking blanket over me. I mean, shit. They treat prisoners better in fucking Iraq. They treat women better over there.
Did you have cool ones that talked or just chirped?
Chirped. It was fucking chirped. They were like green and yellow and blue and shit. Okay. My mom had a fucking bird book. The bitch never left the house to go outside. Just had a fucking bird book. Holy shit, man. They would stink.
Yeah.
We had a fucking bird cage. I'm like, what the fuck do we have birds? We're poor. Why do we have fucking birds? I've never understood that shit. They'd be dead every other week. I think they cost like $3 at the fucking store. I remember going to the store where they were parrot picking one out. Like, why do you get these fucking things?
Huh.
The weirdest thing.
We never had one.
So cruel. They're supposed to be out and you fucking lock them up in a cage and just look at them. Isn't that a fucked up existence, being a bird?
With my mom, we got a bunny one year for Easter. Had it for a year, moved it into a house, and apparently the bunny went to a farm.
Yeah, you know that.
No, I know damn well my grandfather freaking cooked that shit, but I was too young to understand it then.
And you were eating it?
No. My sister was.
Oh, no.
She would eat the venison and the rabbit stew and all that. Ugh.
Good for her.
And then I didn't have pets again until I moved in with my dad, and that was just a fucking farm in itself.
You had a fucking cat, too, which was the most... even adds more fucking cruelness.
With the freaking bird?
Yeah, because you would sit there and you had this bird cage. The bird is in there, and a lot of them would die from heart attacks because a cat was named Lady. It would jump up on the cage and scare the things half to death trying to get in there with its claws.
God.
So you got this bird that is supposed to be flying in the sky, gets locked in the cage and shouldn't be with a blanket over itself when it's safe from the cat that's trying to murder it through a fucking cage it can't escape from. What a fucking life, dude.
Poor birds.
Alright, so I guess it's a better life than the student who was threatened by his Georgia teacher over some fucking Israel flag disputes. Did you see this shit?
I did.
Dude, this is out of control.
It is.
A middle school teacher who has no idea what the fuck he's talking about in Georgia was arrested after witnesses told a sheriff's investigator he threatened to cut off the head of a student who objected to an Israeli flag in the classroom. Israeli, I don't know, I'm fucking
Israeli.
high. I can't even pronounce shit anymore, I'm so high. Benjamin Reese, a teacher at Warner Robins Middle School, was taken into custody on December 8th on charges of making terroristic threats and cruelty to children, according to Houston County jail records. He was released on bond 2 days later. A message to his school email address was not immediately returned. Calls of possible phone listings for him were not immediately returned or went unanswered. This man's 51 years old. I think that's important here. He's a 51-year-old man threatening to cut off a middle school.
He's a grown-ass man. Yeah, he's an adult.
Yeah. And the thing is, you're a teacher.
Yeah.
Why do you have the fucking flag in the classroom? Why are you proving a statement? You leave that shit for your home. Put it on your. It should be a private. If you're a teacher, you should have a private internet page. You shouldn't have social media public because you're a teacher. You have to be extra careful as a teacher.
Yeah.
You don't want your shit getting out there because you know your parent. You were going to be searched for by people that you don't know. Your parents are going to. What are they going to do?
I will find you.
Yeah, you do it. You look up the teacher every year. All the teachers are going to look at you. You don't want that to get personal. You don't want them to know your religious beliefs, your political. Cut and dry. He's got the flag in there. Of course, the students are going to say something. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. All they do is they emulate what they see on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having a fucking argument with them, and he's taking it that serious. The words of a fucking middle schooler can hurt him that bad. Is he a fucking piece of shit? So anyway, the student told the sheriff's investigator she went to Reese's classroom on December 7th after spotting the flag and told him she found it offensive because Israelis were killing Palestinians. According to the student, Reese said he was Jewish, got angry, and accused her of being anti-Semitic. So it doesn't even matter. At this point, he put himself on the level of the student.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be above them. You're supposed to be the person setting the example. He shouldn't have had that flag there in the first place. He should have left the shit at home. Your personal beliefs should be left the fuck at home. You go to school to teach, and that's it. You should have a picture of your family on your fucking desk. And I would even argue against that. I would just say you fucking, you have your name.
You're a teacher. Why not use it as a teachable moment?
Yeah,
about different opinions.
If you even have to.
You're like, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, why did you immediately jump to, I'm going to chop your head off?
Yeah.
Like, there are so many other things that could have been said
He
or
lowered
done.
himself. He degenerated.
He went right there straight out threatening a freaking child.
He threatened the child's life.
So, I don't know.
Witnesses, including staff, said they heard Reese use expletives and yell that he would cut her head off.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, he had not returned to the middle school since December 7th. His bond conditions would require him to stay away from the school, and the student he's accused of threatening. He spent time in the U.S. Navy before leaving in 2008 to pursue his career in education. He's been at that school since 2013. So he has to go to court next month for his this guy, I mean... I don't even know. Would he have really have done it? Probably not. He just, in the heat of the moment, said some dumb shit, probably. But you got to take it seriously. You're a grown man threatening a kid.
Check that shit at the door, man. You're around kids.
He deserves to be thrown in jail.
Yeah. Over
this shit. He does. At least a year. You cannot be a teacher. You shouldn't be around kids anymore.
He shouldn't know. He
should
be fired.
You can't be a teacher. You're done. Your license is revoked. You can't even private tutor a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that would be it for him. And I think he can learn from this. It's just so pathetic. Like everything is polarized now, and I don't even know what to blame. You can blame social media, sure, that's a big cause of it. I mean, I don't even go on it anymore. It's such a cesspool of misinformation, lies, and garbage from people that want to manipulate you for further their cause or make money. That's all it is anymore. It's fucking it's all garbage. And then you got them bringing the shit into classrooms where it doesn't belong. It's just like, why are we bringing these battles everywhere? Everywhere you go, you turn on TV and it's a fucking storyline about this shit. It's annoying. Police officers crashed their SUV into a St. Louis gay bar. Then they arrested the bar owner.
What?
Yes. A Missouri gay bar owner is facing criminal charges after he got upset that a police officer crashed his cruiser into their establishment. Late Sunday night, a St. Louis City Police SUV crashed into Bar PM, a well-known bar in the LGBT community located in the Carondelet neighborhood. The crash, which occurred around 12:30 a.m., sparked significant concern and multiple investigations. According to eyewitness accounts and police reports, the police vehicle, with 2 officers on board, lost control, overcorrected, and ultimately collided with the bar. What were they doing?
Dude.
Was the other guy wiping his mouth when they got out the car? I mean, seriously, what was going on here that you lost control? I mean, you're in your car all day long, and you'd think you'd be good at it by now, being a cop, right? You would think so, unless you're working long hours, maybe. I don't know. The officers reportedly did not sustain injuries. The exact details leading up to the crash remain under active investigation. James Pence, co-owner of the bar, lives above the establishment. He said he was upstairs at the time of the crash and came down to find the police demanding identification. Upon his refusal, Pence was handcuffed but not arrested. Meanwhile, co-owner Chad Morris, also known as Chad Wick, was arrested and faces a felony assault charge and an officer misdemeanor resisting arrest. No relation to John. Pence recounted being informed by an officer that the crash was an attempt to avoid a dog on the road. He claimed that with skepticism by Pence. He urged those involved to own it, tell me what happened, and fix the building. So yeah, there you go, man. It's pretty fucked up here. This guy was accused of striking an officer in the chest and fleeing, which led to his charges. So the cops basically slammed into their building. The guys were demanding answers. What the hell's going on here? They were screaming obscenities after the cops, which they shouldn't have done, and then the whole thing escalated and they got arrested, basically. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
According to the police report, this is their police report, Morris became agitated, shouting obscenities and shoving a 56-year-old Hispanic male officer with 29 years of service in the chest. A second officer, a 45-year-old black male with 14 years of service, said they have to throw the racists in there because that's going to get sympathy, I guess. They fucked up.
All right.
And they're trying to get sympathy. That's why they're throwing this shit out there. Oh, and he's got 14 years of service. Attempted to handcuff Morris, which led to a physical struggle. This is what the department claimed here. Morris was eventually subdued and taken to a hospital for a pre-existing condition. No officers were injured in this whole thing, but these guys are going to be charged with assaulting police officers now because the cops fucking hit their fucking club.
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe the cops were on their way to the club because they're part of that community. It just sounds really fishy how the accident happened.
But they hit the club.
Yeah, it sounds really fishy how it happened. I think there's got to be something to the story. Something embarrassing the cops' wives should probably find out about. I have a feeling there was some kind of weird shit going on. They happened to hit the gay club as they were doing gay shit. I mean, come on. Seriously. What else you got?
I got one more. Claiming that his food order wasn't properly cooked, an aggrieved customer struck a Wawa worker with a piece of chicken covered in a spicy Nashville sauce that got into the victim's eye, say cops who bust the alleged poultry pelter. The 1:20 a.m. confrontation at a Wawa convenience store in St. Petersburg, Florida, resulted in the arrest of Daniel Palomino, who's 32, on a misdemeanor battery charge, according to court records. Palomino, police say, became upset because he believed that the chicken wasn't cooked completely. He then confronted the worker and responded by throwing the chicken at the victim. While the chicken was covered in a spicy Nashville sauce, that got into the victim's eye. The Wawa employee did not suffer bodily harm.
Wawa.
Palomino, who lives about a mile from the Wawa, I hate that name.
I hate that store. I used to live right next to one. I hated it, man.
I hate it.
I hated Wawa. Quick Check was the good one. For people that, are from New Jersey, they know Quick Check. It's better than Wawa. I don't know. And they say Sheetz is even better if you're from Pennsylvania.
Palomino was under the influence of alcohol when confronted by sheriff's deputies. He was booked into the county jail, from which he was released Sunday afternoon upon posting $500 bond. The chicken was not seized as evidence, though police did confiscate a baseball bat from Palomino, whose rap sheet includes convictions for cocaine possession, aggravated assault, theft, possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal mischief, marijuana possession, and probation violation.
Sounds like they done fucked up.
So, real winner there.
Mm-hmm.
And he throws chicken.
And a fucking Wawa. Hey, man.
And they kept mentioning that spicy Nashville sauce. So I don't know if that's like the best sauce ever.
Never heard
Never
of it.
had it.
Never had it. Never will.
But that
Wawa,
apparently
man.
was a very important part of the story.
Maybe it's a paid commercial by the makers of that stuff.
Spicy Nashville sauce.
All right, so the holidays are a very special time of the year where you're supposed to be joyous and happy. I have one final story for you where this one wasn't very happy, but it's something that's newsworthy. 5 kids home alone died in a fire as their father was out Christmas shopping.
Oh, that's terrible.
Fucking horrible, man. But this one is getting a lot of traction there in the news because they're trying to figure out what the fuck happened here.
Well, it's 5 kids left home alone.
Yeah, it's wild. So 5 children left alone by the father of 4 of them when he went out for Christmas and grocery shopping died when a fire raced through their 2-story duplex Saturday evening. This happened in Bullhead City, Arizona. All 5 were grandchildren of a local fire department employee.
Oh my God, can you imagine getting that fucking phone call?
All of them, dude. You were a proud grandfather about to go shopping for your 5 grandkids, and now you have none.
Damn.
God, man, that is awful. Neighbors said they tried their best to get inside to get anyone who was there, but couldn't. 13-year-old boy, 5-year-old boy, 4-year-old girl, 2-year-old boy, all brothers and sisters who lived there, and an 11-year-old boy relative who was visiting all perished in the fire.
So was the 11-year-old babysitting?
The 13-year-old was the oldest.
Oh, 13. Okay, I didn't hear this. I just heard all the little ones.
13 is still too young. I think 15 is too young.
Man, Sammy was 13. We would just literally go around the corner to the gas station and come back.
Test it out. We'd be like, we're going to go right down the gas station, 2 minutes up the road.
Come right the fuck back. Don't you do nothing.
Oh, my God. Firefighters arrived 4 minutes after the blaze was first called in. According to police, the early investigation showed that the flame started in the downstairs foyer, which probably made it impossible for the children upstairs to flee.
Oh, my God.
The fire traveled up the only staircase inside the home, keeping them from getting out. The identities of the 5 were being withheld, pending official identification by the Mojave County Medical Examiner's Office. That's fucking crazy, man. So a bunch of people in the neighborhood were trying their hardest to get in there. They had an extension ladder trying to get to the upstairs bedroom, but the flames were just bursting through. They couldn't get up there. They were trying. It's a very tight-knit community. Everyone tried to look out for each other. And they tried. They knew those kids were in there, man. They heard the screams, apparently.
Oh, that's awful.
They were trying to get to those kids. That's fucking brutal, man. Absolutely fucking brutal. This father being gone, I mean...
And the father was out Christmas shopping,
yeah.
Right? There's no adult in the house.
Left them behind.
And then the grandfather gets the call.
Yeah.
That his grandkid's house was on... That's... No.
Dude, I mean...
See, this is why I'm so damn paranoid with leaving Jenna in the house. Samantha I can trust, but...
What do you do, though? What do you do? Like, for the rest of... I mean, this is done.
All of them are gone.
You lost your house, you lost your family, you lost everything. And everyone's going to look at you as a villain in that town. You have to leave. You have to leave.
He's never going to forgive himself.
He'll never forgive himself. I mean, I would blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Everyone's going to think you did it. They're going to call you a horrible human being, a terrible father, a piece of shit. I mean, you can't... Man, that is some overwhelming grief right there.
It's a duplex. I wonder if it started... I wonder if they know if it started there, if it started in the...
I don't know, man.
Place right next door. Because duplexes, those are the... We had one up north. Where you're attached to someone else.
If the dad swiped the credit card for those presents, you think he kept his receipts?
Dude, that's fucked up, man.
Hey, I had to throw some lightheartedness in there. It's fucked up. This is
terrible. That's a terrible story to end on.
That's why I threw a little joke out there. There's always room for a smile. And that is awful, though, man. It is. God bless those kids. But you know what? At least you don't have to deal with this fucking world anymore. I mean, good for them, but shit, that sucks. It's a terrible way to die.
That's awful.
Oh, terrible. Too young to die, man. They had their whole lives ahead of them to deal with this bullshit world that's going downhill every 5 seconds and everyone's turning into a fucking asshole.
There it is.
You like that, right? I nailed that one.
Don't you always?
That was like Jack Nicholson hitting a fucking 50-foot fucking birdie. I think I used the term all wrong because I don't know anything about golf. Because I'm an asshole. And boy, oh boy, I can't believe it. A 50-foot birdie. I think that's an eagle's when you hit 2. I think a birdie's... What, 3 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots.
Depends on how many, what the hole is.
Yeah.
So what par is? Is it a par 3? Is it par, like,
Listen to you, this fucking WLPGA tour.
I used to like playing the Tiger Woods game.
There you go. At least you fucking kept some of the shit going with it. But the whole time I was trying to stall here was because I was trying to remember why the hell you love this last segment so much. I have no idea why you love this one.
It's the last one, man. It's the last one.
Well, there you go. So I can't believe that we got Christmas right around the corner. It's right here. We're not ready for it yet, but we will be. We pull it off every single year. It's going to be a
just
nice
a little bit later than usual, but it'll get done. We'll be done. So this is going to be a fucking busy weekend.
It'll be a busy weekend, but we'll be done. But we'll be done by fucking 10 o'clock in the morning as usual.
I know, that'll be nice.
Yeah, we'll be in the house before people wake up, and we'll be done, and everything will be done.
It'll just be me rapping.
Exactly. Like, literally, like, rapping. I'll be doing the beatbox. She'll be rapping. Me doing all that cool shit.
Oh, God.
All right, so this person wants to know, am I the asshole for reporting my host family after they asked me to fuck their incel son?
What? Ew.
You need some time to digest that for a minute?
That's disgusting. That is gross.
So I didn't know what an incel was. I've heard the insult, but I've never actually looked up what an incel was.
Well, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound good.
I was thinking it had something to do with incest because the
That's
word
what I
is so
thought.
similar. I'm like, do I even want to look this up? But I'm glad I did because now I know. It's a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile toward women and men who are sexually active. So apparently they're fans of wrestling in 2023.
Huh.
So there you go. So that is their problem. Just to let people know what an incel is.
Yeah, but if you have a host family, you're like, I'm not sleeping with your kid. That's not what I'm here for.
I mean, a host family, so that would be like a foreign exchange student, right?
Something like that. Like my sister would, she did that in Australia. She did that in England.
Yeah.
Like so it depends on what type of program they're in. But yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
This person says, hey, I'm feeling really conflicted and need some outside perspective in a situation I found myself in. I'm an 18-year-old high school student from the UK. For my senior year, I decided to participate in a study abroad program in the US. I was excited about the opportunity, but had no idea what I was getting into with my host family.
Now she's thinking Americans are like this.
Oh, they are.
God.
The family consisted of a single dad and his son who was 25. The dad was a big football enthusiast and seemed friendly enough at first. However, his son, who self-identified as an incel, made my stay increasingly uncomfortable. He often expresses frustration about women not being interested in him and how unfair he thought it was. His behavior towards me ranged from mean-spirited comments to outright sexist remarks. He would say things like, women are too picky and all they want are chads, whatever the fuck that is. Oh, I think a chad is like,
We're too old. We're too old for this kid right here. This kid.
I think I know what a chad is now. He was also noticeably unhygienic. He rarely showered and spent most of his time playing video games. I'm also a very social person and I've always enjoyed going out. During my time there, I met several guys through Tinder and at clubs. I'll admit I brought a few back to the house. So she was fucking in that host home. That's a no-no. You shouldn't be doing that. You're there to learn and study abroad. You're not there to be bringing dudes back.
This is a very weird situation because as her parent, she's 18.
Yeah.
I understand she's an adult, but she's going to another country. And she's staying with a single dad and his son.
There was no research done there. Some single dad.
This is an 18-year-old girl in another country. I would never. I understand you're 18, but no, we need to have a woman in there. This can't just be... No, it can't just be a dad in there.
Yeah,
I find that really fucking strange.
You're throwing a young 18-year-old girl into a house with two men by themselves, unsupervised.
From another country where her parents aren't anywhere around.
I don't like this idea at all.
No, and now she's bringing people home, so maybe that's why she's over there. She's okay with that type of shit. I don't know. This is fucking strange. So
this seemed to trigger the son even more. He started complaining about how it was unfair that I was getting action while he was being left out.
Oh my God.
His behavior grew increasingly resentful and bitter. Then one day things took a very disturbing turn. The dad asked me to talk privately. He said he was concerned about the imbalance in the house, that his son was struggling with being a virgin and an incel, while I was openly enjoying my social life. Shockingly, he suggested that I help out his son by having sex with him, or at least a hand job to make things fair.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, so he was trying to negotiate what she was going to do with her body. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
He's even asking this question. She should call whoever they have to call to get her out, get me out of this house.
Yeah, no, this is not cool.
Get me. I would call the police and be like, come get me. I don't feel safe anymore. You got to get out of that house. You're 18 years old. I'm sure they would help you. They would put you somewhere. I mean, they have things for people like this. As J1 students, they get hotels and shit for free or dirt cheap.
It's a very strange situation.
Yeah, you can't be in that house. I was completely taken aback and disgusted by the suggestion. I immediately packed a few things and left for one of the guys I was talking to's house. Feeling shaken, one of them, this fucking slut. Feeling shaken and unsure, I contacted the exchange student agency. They were incredibly supportive. They quickly arranged for me to stay with another family, and this sounds like Offroad right here, man. This sounds like... You are now up, Tony. For me to stay with another family and suspended the original family's hosting rights, pending an investigation. The agency representative was very kind and even directed me to law enforcement resources to report the incident. Now I'm facing backlash from the original host family. They've been sending me very angry letters accusing me of overreacting and claiming that I've ruined their reputation. They're insisting that it was just a suggestion and that I'm blowing things out of proportion.
So they're admitting it then.
And she's got it in proof
writing
now, so there you go. Yeah.
So you just fucking admitted that you suggested me I would do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. Mm-mm.
So what did they think was going to happen? She was going to be like, "Oh, okay, I'm coming back to the house."
Yeah, no. No, I could. No, you can never go back.
No.
How uncomfortably awkward.
Mm.
No.
This has left me questioning my actions. Did I overreact by reporting them? Was it wrong to involve the agency and potentially law enforcement? Should I talk to the police about these letters? I feel like I may have overreacted and I'm the asshole. No.
I don't think the police are going to do anything, but you definitely need to reach out to that agency and need to get the hell out of that situation.
I mean, I don't think the police would do anything in this situation.
No, because she's 18.
They'd be like, well, did you do anything for him?
Right.
Did they do anything to you? Or no, he just asked and she said no and left.
Right,
I mean,
and as long as she's out of that house, because that, no.
I think the police would probably tell her, all right, you got to contact that company and they'll handle it.
Oh my god!
And that's what she did. She did the right thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't do the wrong thing here.
No, she's definitely not an
yourself
asshole.
in this situation.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think she can be the asshole. It's her body. It's her choice. I mean, at least, that sounds like very cliche to say, but that's her. You can't just because you should be gracious that they're giving you this house to stay in.
So bizarre.
There's a limit to how gracious you should be, and this kid's a fucking weirdo. He's very threatening and.
Give him a hand job at least.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
And this is the dad, so what is he going to start asking for it too? I mean, what the hell are they going to do with this bitch? They just sound really weird, and you have a very hateful son in the house
there
like that too.
There are workers.
Exactly.
That his dad can go and find.
Go find go find him a hoe.
Go find one of those people. Why the 18-year-old little girl that is in your house? No.
I don't know, man. It just sounds really fucking weird. And I was talking about the movie Better Off Dead. They had a situation like this where there was an incel son and the girl was living with him and the girl ended up with Cusack in the end. Great fucking... I just spoiled it for you so you'll never watch it now. It was still a damn good movie and a great soundtrack too. They were singing Better Off Dead. That's fucking pretty cool. But there you go. There you have it. Your Wednesday podcast is done. And, man, I can't believe it. We're going to be doing the live show on Friday. Did we decide on a time? Are we doing 6 again, Eastern?
Yes, 6.
Okay, 6 o'clock Eastern time. We'll be doing that. So, I don't know, man. We definitely have a busy couple of days ahead of us.
Yeah.
Definitely got to wrap some presents and all that good stuff in a couple of days. And, yeah, I'm going to be finishing Schitt's Creek hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow. I'm starting to get a headache. But yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing. It's kind of hanging out there, working, and just getting ready for the 4-day weekend I got coming up. I'm excited. How about you?
I'll finish season 1 of Dr. Death. And then tomorrow I'll probably start the 2nd season. Mandy Moore is in the 2nd season. And I like her. So, I don't know. We'll see. That's all I have planned. Unless I find another freaking show. I don't know.
I'm sure you'll find something. You always seem to find something.
I know. I'm just waiting for The Trader season 2 to come, and that's 3-4 weeks away.
Is there anything else coming out that are coming back?
No.
Nothing that we're waiting on, Southland that comes out in November next year.
That's what they're saying, but they haven't even fucking started doing anything yet. Handmaid's Tale is at least another year away.
Fucking A, man.
Yellowstone is at least a year away.
This time next year, when everything's going to get even crazier in the world, at least we'll have good TV to watch.
There's couple movies, but not until the end of next year. Literally, there's nothing. There is freaking nothing.
March, you got Ghostbusters coming out in March or April.
Springtime.
Yeah.
Springtime,
Yeah.
I think fall shows start coming back on because of the writer's strike. So, nothing is on until spring.
Oh, fuck it, man. We'll see you guys on Friday at the live show. Tell them where they can find us.
You can find us at Voice of Misery on all platforms and voicesofmiserypodcast@gmail.com.